Welcome to my presentation on how Animal Crossing can be used as a mathematical learning resource. So, to begin, what is Animal Crossing? Well, Animal Crossing is a game created by Nintendo, and this game is a life simulator designed to help you escape from your real world and into a fantasy world. In this particular addition to the series, you start on a deserted island, and your idea is to build it into an island paradise. Within the game, you need to collect various amount of resources from the surroundings and other islands to help create a nice environment for you to live and for your NPCs to live. You'll also meet some other NPCs which will help create your island and help navigate it to make it the best you can possibly make it. So, this game works on a grid system, which is useful for putting down different items, as you need to learn about the different shapes and different dimensions of the objects that you place. As you can see in the example, that there is an area drawn out for where a house would be put for a villager, because the villagers' houses are 4 by 3. However, there are many different dimensions in the game. For example, your personal house in the game has the dimensions of 5 by 3, and the museum has the dimensions of 7 by 4. There is also another key element to the area. If some items spawn additional resources for you to collect, and therefore you need to have a perimeter around the outside completely free, otherwise these items cannot spawn. With fences and other items, you can plan out the exterior perimeter of. With fences, these work on the perimeter, as each fence piece is only 1 square wide. Along with this, you can then put items within these fences. For example, I've put flowers in these fences. So the amount of flowers is the area of the shape with the perimeter of the fences. There are also some items that stack and they cannot be put into a storage system. So you may build areas like this to store them. There are some items that can be stacked in multiple items, and that some of these items cannot be stored in a conventional manner. Turnips, for example, are one of these items. So people often build special designated areas for their turnips. But turnips can be stacked in stacks of 100, which essentially simulates a 3D shape if you build on the idea of a 2D principle and then stacking it up multiple times. There is also another aspect of the game of growing flowers. There are some flowers that grow naturally on your island, and others you'll need to collect. However, with flowers, you can use them to make different patterns to help breed different colours. While the colour patterns don't necessarily make too much sense, you could use this in algebraic terms, because for each different type of flower and for each different colour, you get a different outcome. Flowers also build on the terms of shapes, with reflection and different patterns that shapes can hold. Within the game, you can also make custom designs. Custom designs work on a pixel art feature using a grid system. There is also options on it for you to draw symmetrically. This can help teach kids the movements of patterns or shapes on a grid. This in-game resource could also be used for creating educational material, as will be talked on later on in this presentation. Within the game, there is also a money system. There are two separate systems that run in the game. There are bells and there are nook miles. So bells are the standard money system that you use to buy and sell most of your items, where there are also nook miles, which are a special currency to buy rare and exclusive items, and you have to complete certain tasks to be able to acquire this currency. So certain things that you have to use your bells on and your nook miles on are paying off a loan, because every time you increase the size of your house, you have to claim a loan on it, which is a large substantial amount. So in this game, it helps you teach you how to manage money, which is a standard mathematical principle often used for learning simple things with addition and subtraction. There is an item called turnips, which can be purchased every Sunday before 12 p.m. Turnips vary between the price of 90 to 110 bells. Throughout the rest of the week, turnips can be sold anywhere between 40 bells to 600 bells. These prices are determined randomly out of 3 possible outcomes. You can have the prices fluctuate throughout the week, go to a spike, or slowly decrease. However, these patterns can be calculated as the code has a built-in patterns recognition and different things with potential rates depending on the previous week's outcomes as well. This makes turnips essentially the stock market and teaches kids risk and reward and higher and lower. In the game, as I've already said, there is a currency. So with this currency, you can buy and sell various different items. And generally, items sell for less than how much you would buy the items for. There are also 6 possible different types of fruits, one of which will be your native fruit, which sells for significantly less bells than a fruit that is not originally on your island. However, you can go to somewhere else to sell that fruit for the same price as you'd sell your foreign fruits for. So with this, it teaches adding and subtracting, as well as everything else that you'd learn from going to a standard shop and using normal money. So it also helps teach money management. There are also some NPCs called Flick and CJ who buy your bugs and fish at a higher price than you'd normally sell them at the standard shop on the game. Teachers in China have used this game to make virtual classrooms, and using the simple gridded landscape and the customized tools, they've been able to make graphs on the ground and signs that you can pivot to reveal different things at certain times, as well as being able to walk around the whole island to have different things in different places all over the island. This is a very creative way to keep the class engaged with the subject, especially while doing this distance teaching, instead of just using PowerPoint and just talking to the students. They can have something visual on the screen that is a bit different. Thank you for watching my presentation on how Animal Crossing New Horizon can be used as a mathematical learning resource just through the gameplay and for using it to help teach kids and keep them engaged.